So how can we define this I can't in a solvable term? What's the specific thing you think you can't do to make 250K? CJ, how about you? What's your I can'ts?
I can quit driving at UPS. I can make 200K. So I can coach full time. I can't be coaching full time by October 1st.
Here's what's scary about this. So one, before I even talk about what's scary about it, and this is just me getting clarity on what you really want, right? Because we got our dream outcome statements. And just like when I quit my job to coach full time, I knew I wanted to make 120K. But guess what affirmation I was writing down every day? It had nothing to do with the money. I didn't want the money. The money was going to be a byproduct of me doing something specific, which was one, quitting my job, which was the easiest thing to make. But my affirmation from January all the way up until August when I made the decision to do it was, I can invest in Tony Robbins Product and Partnership Program. And whatever I needed to do to be able to do that, I was going to do. So that was my main focus. So I'm just thinking right now, like we've been big on the 200K and making money for you, CJ, but what's more important to you? Being a coach full time, not having to worry about making money, be dropping at UPS or making the 250K? Like what does your heart want more? To be free from a job, to coach full time, or to make money?
I have to break that down because I want all of them. Being free from a job enables me to, actually do what I want to do, but it's the money that's really keeping me there because it's the money that is like security. Like I see it as security.
So what you want is security. You don't even want to coach full time or to make 250K or to drive. You just want to be secure.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm coming up with. Like it scares the shit out of me to quit because.
And that's what we'd have to figure out. What you want more than your security.
Right.
Because as long as you want security, you're not getting any of these. Because to go after any of these, you'd have to risk being insecure. So now we got to find out what's worth the insecurity. And for me, personally, it was being in that environment with Tony Robbins, because I know he ain't insecure. And I know the people that rock with him are insecure. So I'm just like, I need what y'all have. Like, fuck the money, fuck the coaching business. How can I become the person that just crushes through everything? And I knew being that Subaru wasn't going to allow me to be that guy. So for you, like, what do you think is more valuable than your security that would be worth risking being insecure?
I don't know.
If you did know, what would you say? Oh. So I'll break it down again, right? So we're like, because up until this point, we've been working together since maybe October. And we've been under the impression that what CJ really wanted was to make $250,000 and to be able to leave Subaru and to coach full time. That's what we've been operating under the assumption that that's what we wanted. Those were the desires. However, the thing that was in direct conflict with that was your desire for security. And now we have to figure out, like, because that's the inner conflict. Like, I want these things, but I don't want insecurity. So that's what we have to solve for. So now either we accept the fact that I want security more than everything else and just stay at UPS. We're right. If that's what you want the most, bro, right. Stay at UPS. Why we fighting? Like, right. Why have you been doing everything you've been doing over the past 3 weeks or 3 months? Bro, say UPS if security is what you really want.
But see, at the same time, that's a thought that kind of plugs me. Like, there's definitely an inner conflict. Just because every time I think like that, when the thought comes across, fuck it, just you're sitting good. You're sitting good right now. What the fuck are you doing? Every time I have that thought, my soul dies a little bit. Like I can feel it. Like, oh, if I can see with that thought, I know there's going to be something else that I'm going to be chasing. And like it's one of those things. So at the same time, it's like, okay, by coming up with what we just said about the security and this is why are we fighting and everything, like that is a thought. Like, I am good. I could quit right now, save some money, and still be good. But like I said, every time that thought comes across, it's like, man, that's not what I want.
What you're doing is looping.
Yeah.
And that inner conflict, you're looping. It's just like, yo, an experience happened. I'm like, fuck UPS. And then a scary opposition comes, and I'm just like, I think UPS is okay. And we're just going around in that circle over and over and over again. And again, this is not something like, if you could find that decision right now, that's going to be dope. But this is something that I highly want you to consider and at least take the first step. And by first step, be clear, right? Get a little bit more clarity on today's call. Where it's just like, yo, I've been saying I want to coach. I've been saying I want more money. I've been saying I want to spend more time with my family. And that's why I'm growing this coaching business. But in order to grow this coaching business the way that I feel or think or believe I need to, I got to say bye to UPS. And that terrifies me because it's my security blanket. So now that we're clear that I want this, but UPS is in the way and it gives me security. What's more important to you than the security that UPS provides? What is it for you that is just like, yo, this, because you said my soul dies. So what would make your soul feel alive?
It's the time being at home.
That's what you want more. You want to be home. You want to be with your family. So it's not even about coaching full time. It's not about 250K. You just want that control where I can be home and be with my family and not miss stuff. Because I remember that personal freedom is the video that resonated with you. That's what you want. That's what boils down to I want to be home. You want that personal freedom, bro. And personal freedom to you equates to being home. And so what you'd have to figure out, CJ, is just like, yo, which one do I want? Because I know I want to be home. What can I do to be home and experience personal freedom? Do I just get another job and figure that out now? Or do I just say, fuck it and go for the coaching thing? Those are the two options right now. But if you start thinking about it, you'll have more options.
I'm a high school graduate who makes 120K a year. That's the anchor. There is no other job for me.
That is a limiting belief. You could find one. It'd be a little bit harder, but you could.
Right.
We're doing this really quickly right now, but those are your three options. Remember free will choice? When you have one option, I got to stay at UPS, you're fucked. You have two options, you have a dilemma. UPS or coaching. Now you have three options. UPS, coaching, or go develop another skill and get a different job. And just so based on where you are right now, which of those three things do you feel like your chances of success are higher, where you'll experience actual personal freedom and get to be home?
It'd have to be the coaching, just because the coaching would allow me to be home and learn from home. Yeah.
We just got to figure out when.
That scares me. I haven't got that far yet, Ben. I haven't got that. It scares the shit out of me. When I said it, it scared the shit out of me. Like, whoa, hold on. What the fuck are you saying right now? Do you really want October 1st? Can you really?
Let's not even think about can. Let's think want. Do you want October 1st?
No, I do not want October 1st.
What do you want?
I want tomorrow. I want Monday morning. I don't have to get up and go to work, and I can do what I need to do everything I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Just
because you're scared as shit, give me a 60-day window or more. Because we got to work through the fears, and that's not enough to do on this call. But give me a 60-day window, either within the next 60 days to October 1st or further. Because we got to build a plan to do it, because it terrifies you.
Yeah, I can feel that coming on in here right now. So
let's just be honest and know, like, this is what I want. Feel the fear. And then once the fear dissipates, we can start actually having conversations about how to make it possible. So when you say, what's the one? When do you want it? Look, I'm not telling you have to do it. Just say it. Because this is what Tony does. Because right now you said you're in a state of fear, right? Steady, like, get up and breathe. Like, get up.
Do this. Let's do this.
Shoulders back, chest up, Superman it out. And literally think about a time, bro, when you did something that you didn't think was possible, but you did it for somebody that you cared about. Do you have an experience like that?
Well, yeah, that's the same thing that's keeping me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've said it a million times before, and I believe it to be true. If I didn't have the responsibility, I would have probably never made it through UPS at all. But then again, they're all tied together.
What's that experience in your life that you were scared to do and didn't want to do it, but because you had a big enough reason, you figured it out? What is that experience?
Join the military.
How old were you when you joined the military?
22.
And when you joined the military at 22, what's one thing that happened that made you feel like a man?
Knowing that my family was secure, as far as my family at the time. That felt like I provided for my family. They don't have to worry about being on the street.
Let's name that CJ. Name that person that did whatever it took to make sure his family was good. He had the house, he had the insurance. He didn't want to go to the military, but he did it. He didn't want to wake up in the morning and do all those jobs. Who's that CJ? That person that did what was required for his family.
We can name him Christopher, the full government, straight laced.
Yeah. And Chris knew that if I kept doing what I was doing, I wouldn't be able to provide for my family the way that I want to. And my question is, yo, where did Chris go? Because CJ just told me that he wants to be home and he wants to experience personal freedom, and he's tired of missing his kids' soccer games. He can't take them to college. Take them to sports teams and all that stuff. He can't do everything that he wants to do with his family. So in my mind, Chris is just like, yo, I can't stand for this. I know CJ is standing for it, but I don't think Chris wants to stand for it any longer. Am I tripping?
No, you're not.
So when does Chris want to experience personal freedom for his family so he can be home and be like, bruh, I print money. I don't gotta worry about a job or anybody taking care of my family. I take care of myself. If that's what Chris wants, don't think from your heart. Just say it from your heart.
When? First thing that popped up was April 1st.
That's your dream outcome now.
I am so grateful that it's April 1st, and I have made the decision to coach full time by leaving UPS.
So that's the focus moving forward. We're not even tripping about the money. If we figure out how to do this, we're gonna make the money. And then now we just put our energy towards that. Like every day you wake up, it's just like, bro, I'm out of here by April 1st.